he had so much pressure on Josh. And do you know himself? I've not really said this to anyone before, but he on podcast, but he paid for my brother's funeral, Josh.
Did he really?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You see that he said that he paid for your brother's funeral, which is unbelievable. Was that because of, did he have a relationship with your brother, or was that because of his relationship with you?
Both. He knew my brother, he knew me, he knew my mum. He rang me up, was in the chapel of resting, was in Dagenham East. And he said, Kevin, how are you? I said, Josh, you alright? He was like, yeah. I said, you alright? I said, yeah, you're a strong bastard, didn't you? I said, you have to be, Josh, it's life, mate. And he was like, Kev, is his mum there? I said, he called him up. I said, mum's there, yeah. He went, I'll speak to her, please. Because I was just giving Paige for my brother to pay for his funeral. He went, Alice, do you mind if I get it? And she said, what do you mean? You went pay for his funeral. She went, my mum didn't quite hear it. She said, what do you mean? He went, I'm going to pay for his funeral, Alice, if you don't mind. And he paid for it.
Now, it's things like that you hear that Anthony Joshua does that he doesn't brag about, he doesn't talk about, he doesn't really mention it. Other people do, of course, because, you know, he helps other people under the table or passively, you know, and it can't go without noticing, you know, and you have to understand what type of person Anthony Joshua is. You know, when you are blessed with a certain amount of money and you can help people, I think the whole idea is doing it in a way where you don't really get praised, or doing it in a way that you don't want attention brought back to yourself, but automatically it does. You know, he didn't have to do that, you know, and a lot of times when things happen like that, when you lose a brother, I lost a sister. And, you know, when someone steps in and does that, it just lets you know that somebody else is thinking about you besides your intermediate family, you know, and that's one of the reasons you look at Anthony Joshua, and I understand now why this man has so many endorsements, why he is such a role model, why people like him, because he does things that he doesn't have to do, and not necessarily things that shine only on him, but to actually help the next person. You know what I mean? And now, he didn't know his brother or whatever, but I don't know if he knew his brother as well as he knew him, you know, but, you know, those type of things, like paying for funerals and things of that nature, you have to think about how crooked the funeral companies are. You know what I mean? They will charge you $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $8,000, these crazy amounts of money off someone slain. You know what I mean? Off someone deceased, and it's absolutely crazy. You know, but someone like Anthony Joshua was like, "Hey, let me get that for you," you know, because it is what it is, you know, and I can do it, so let me do that, you know. AJ, I think, will always have that type of effect on people, simply because he puts himself in situations to help the next person that may not be able to do it. You know, that's why I really hope he goes through moving forward, you know, retirement or not, you know, post-retirement or whatever. I hope he does pull off the league or the program that help boxers with pension and health, and, you know, for the ones that didn't or couldn't manage their money, for the ones that got screwed over, you know, have them definitely a way to help themselves and live, and, you know, take care of those particular boxers that also put their lives on the line, you know, those type of things that AJ does. And I think, you know, most people that are only about money, that are only money hungry and just self-centered and self-absorbed, don't think of shit like that. They don't think that, hey, let me do this to help a group of people that are not being helped right now. You know what I mean? Those type of things, you know, makes you and builds character about you. You know what I mean? Because we never heard AJ mention anything like that, for that matter, you know, and that's not the only time I've heard that about AJ. You know, a good friend of mine, I'm not even going to say any names, but a good friend of mine told me, like, you know, AJ, you know, he gave me $10,000. You know what I mean? A close friend of mine, like, AJ gave me, you know, 10 grand, bro. and it was just because, he's just like, hey, and the thing is, he wouldn't mention it, but of course someone else is going to bring it up because that someone else was blessed with the blessing that was given to them. So it's good things like that that help and keep people praising and rooting for Anthony Joshua in this boxing world, because we do need guys like that, and it does remind me of signs of someone like Muhammad Ali or Manny Pacquiao, as Manny Pacquiao in the Philippines passing out money and doing things for his people, and being that example, that role model for his people. And that's what Anthony Joshua is showing, like, hey, this is what you can do when you're in the position to do what you can do. But you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua paying for a friend's brother's funeral out of the blue. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.